So I'm going to teach y'all how to do a NASCAR Cup Series, in NASCAR restart. So, since we're doing it NASCAR style, I'll pick a random point to choose what line I want to take on restart. Because in NASCAR there's a rule where you have to choose what line you want to take. And if you hit the triangle on the choose, you get sent to back of the longest line. That's a NASCAR rule under caution. You get a penalty, you get sent back to the longest line. In this case, I'm going to choose this line. Now you must stay in that line until you get past the start-finish line on a restart. Anywhere before that, you'll get penalized with a drive-through. Now I'll have more instructions when I get close to restart. Start zone. Now, when coming to restart zone, the leader has to go first. If anyone other than the leader goes, they'll get penalized. Leader and everyone else has to follow pace car speed, even when the pace car is not in front of them. Now, since I'm the leader, I'm going to choose. Green flag, green flag. When a leader chooses when to go, everybody else can go. Since you're past start-finish line, you can choose what you can be in any line. Now in the ARCA series, an overtime is 1 lap. But in any other NASCAR series, an overtime is 2 laps. Oh fuck! Kuso! Oh shit! Right as I say that. I just custom tap Japanese because I'm listening to Japanese music. Yeah. When you wreck, they use for caution because, unlike in F1, when you either wreck or blow an engine, in F1 they'll not throw a caution, but they'll just throw a caution for that corner or straightaway that you're in. But in NASCAR they throw full course caution either way because you could the car can spill fluid onto the track or spill parts onto the track. That can cause a tire blowout or for fluids that can cause you to wreck. That's why 90% of NASCAR cautions, you see jet drivers out on track. Except for stage breaks, unless there's like tire rubber on track. Or rain on track after stage. Let's flip the car over. Yeah, damage is bad. Look at that damage. Fuck. This isn't a roll car, by the way. This is an sports car and race car. Fuck, I fucked up that rear axle badly. Shit. If damage is too bad, or if you exceed a NASCAR's DPI policy, damaged vehicle policy, minutes allowed, you're out of the race. But before last year, there was this rule on a damaged vehicle policy where if you had to get towed back to pit lane, you're automatically out of the race. Now, of course, this was hated by Ryan Blaney because in Watkins Glen 2023, he was automatically out of the race because he got towed back to pit lane after a lap run wreck. But in F1, if damage is too bad, you're automatically out of the race. They don't care. They'll DNF you out of the race. Because those cars are so fragile that one repair on a big part, big to like serious part can cause you to get a big advantage that the field that you shouldn't have. Like, for example, gearbox leak. If you have to replace gearbox mid-race, you're automatically out of the race because they won't allow it out mid-race. Now, since my axle damage is bad, I'm automatically out of this. Look at how bad the damage is. Fuck. Left axles are bent. No, right axles are bent, sorry. Trunk can't close. Entire rear bumper is gone. Right rear tail light is done for. The entire left side is okay except for the window. Windshield completely shattered. Front bumper. No, front. Bumper is really damaged. Both headlights done. Even the right fender is damaged. Right front fender. Interior is fine. Other than the windshield being cracked. Oh, the interior is not fine. The top is bent. Yeah. Right mirror's gone. Yeah, car's a total loss. Too many repairs will have to be made if this is an owned vehicle. It'll be counted as a total loss if this is an owned vehicle. Take apart car, throw away bad parts, and replace the bad parts with new parts. But that'll be expensive. Now, repair shops, they charge you based on what repairs had to be made, what parts had to be replaced or had to be replaced, and what tools they had to use. And the damage done to this car will cost too much for the car's actual value. If the car repair goes above the car's value, it's a total loss. But in NASCAR and F1, there's no total losses because the teams built their cars. But yeah, look at this interior. Slick interior, except for top being bent. Oh, that's why the top is bent. The roof is bent. It's bent a bit, but it's still bent. The axle's bent here because the front bumper is going into a tire. Now when a bumper goes into the tire, that bends the axle. But yeah, no, with a wreck like that, the car gets seriously damaged because I was going 160, I believe. Yeah, 160 miles per hour. And this car can easily lose control at that speed. But in NASCAR, when you roll over, you're automatically out of race because except for Clint Boyer rollover, where in 2014 at the end of the Daytona Clash, he got airborne. When he landed, he didn't have any damage to his car. We're not counting the whole fact that when he ran through grass, he damaged his car. But 99% of time NASCAR has had rollovers, the car got severely damaged. Takes for example, Noah Gragson's flip at Daytona 2 years ago. His car got severely damaged because when it landed, he landed on his roof, and he was hanging from his belt and hit the wall head on, upside down. Another example, Priest at Daytona 3 years ago. We all know this flip. He rolled over 10 times. Car was just absolutely fucked. Like, severely damaged. Now, not fun they have a strict rule on what parts you can repair because open wheel cars, they're fragile. So any advantage can be a big advantage, even if it's just a small thing. We're going to run that lap again. See, this car gets loose, like really loose at high speeds. Like I couldn't avoid hitting the wall there. Why the fuck did Google just try to turn on Gemini? That corner is actually kind of hard to brake for because right as you get to the crest of a hill there, you're already maxing out. Hold on, this straightaway, pretty much. So you kind of have to time where you're going to brake. Brake too early, you're going too slow for a corner. Brake too late, you're going into the gravel. In fact, on any roll course, you brake too early, you are going slow into the corner unless you gas it up a bit. But brake too late, you're going off track. Now for roll courses like Monaco, there's barely any limit for mistakes on braking like that. Do not go wide open on that straightaway because the car will go too fast into the corner if you do. Keep around half throttle to 70% throttle. Same for this hill. But if you're feeling really brave, for that hill, you can go full throttle. Just have to be careful of how much steering input you put in. house clean. It gets very humid in here. If you do go full throttle or not straight away, you have to like fully lift off throttle throughout that corner. Otherwise you're going into a wall. That was a clean lap. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Barely tapped the wall. Now when you spin in racing, you have to try your best to save the car. That way you can limit damage and what you hit. Like, for that spin, I fully lifted off the throttle. Oh, but I put a bunch of steering input in so that way I could avoid damaging the car as much as possible. It's usually best to not lock up brakes. Fucking scam. Fucking scam just tried calling me. Third time today. They've been calling me every 3 hours today. Don't know why. That's all for today.